having conversations with great people.
Yeah.
So then, welcome to Transmuting Words, created by Vanessa Denman and co-created by Clancy today.
That's so cool.
I know, right?
Yeah. So is this like your own podcast you started?
I'm calling it a sharecast because what we're
Oh,
doing is sharing information. So
oh
same
yeah.
thing, but I'm calling it a sharecast. Yes.
Oh, well, man, there's a lot of information to share, man. I'm telling
I
you.
know, I
Holy
know.
crap. Are you familiar with your straw man?
No,
Oh my God.
what is it?
Your straw man is your legal fiction.
Okay.
And you're giving a legal fiction at birth. Basically, your parents basically sign you away, not knowing, to the state. And you were created in all caps name. That's your legal fiction. Like your birth certificate is all capitalized. That means you're a corporation. And they started a trust fund in your all caps name since you're a baby. And you've been traded on the stock market ever since. And it's worth millions that
Oh,
they don't know
we're
about.
all worth millions. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
of course, as a corporation, you can contract with another corporation, but a corporation cannot contract with a living woman or a living man.
You,
But
you know
people have to
what's
claim that.
you know what's interesting about that is that it's similar to soul contracts, or we'll just say contracts.
Hmm.
And is like you said, as soon as that birth certificate gets written, that's a contract right there. That changes your direction. It changes your energy. As
Yeah.
soon as you sign a marriage contract and you change your name, you completely
Yeah.
change your energy and the path that you're on. But yeah, that's we are literally with our social security numbers and our social sin numbers, we are commodities to the country. I
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
it.
everything.
So then how do I go online and find my corporation and buy myself or sell myself and then acquire that millions and millions of dollars?
Well, here's the thing. It's so cool, man. You can you can claim your living woman back, right? But some people are charging a cost, but as Simon Park says, everybody is going to be sovereign. So there's
Yes.
really no need to do that. You just wait because everybody's in the same boat. Most of the world is under their legal fiction, and that's changing
Yeah.
because friggin' lawsuits are going on in the United States.
Yeah.
The United States was taken over by, the crown, which is also an evil, disgusting place. I don't mean to hurt any British people watching, but they're being conned big time, man. Big time.
Well, I know technically that's part of the video game, right? If we're calling this a video game,
Yeah.
this life, this planet. And I was chatting with one of my younger brothers about NPCs, non-player characters.
Yeah.
So all of them that are around, or more and more were popping up of non-player characters that were affecting us.
Hmm.
So I would categorize them as non-player characters only for the simple fact that everything that they say is hearsay. Everything that we see from them is hearsay. And if you look at Canada's history with, like you said, with the British, it's pretty interesting because, yeah, they're just acquiring us, right?
Yeah. Canada's not even a country.
Yeah,
It's a territory.
none of it
The,
even makes sense.
the fake ass Canada flag was in the 1950s. That's when that started.
Yeah, it's so funny that
And
you talk
it's
about
a
that.
it's a corporation. It's registered in Washington. And it was registered in Washington in 1776 or 1876.
I can't believe you're
So,
talking about, because I literally was talking about that the other day. This book here my mother gave me. It's her
yeah.
grade 8 social studies book or whatever book. Grade
Wow.
8. 19,
Put it up again.
1967. 1867 to 1967, and she was in
Oh,
grade 8, like a decade later. And you see the crown.
yeah.
In this
Big
book,
cat.
I was laughing so hard. You know, women can be nurses, right?
Wow, man.
And it also has all, like you were saying, the flag. And there was one part, God, I was laughing so hard. And it was like, oh, Canada has Eskimos. And I was like, you mean Eskimos has Canada now? But it
Yeah.
actually says like the evolution of Canada. And it just is, it's an anomaly because she's had this for like I don't know, like 70 years. And then 5 years ago or more than that, she was like, oh, I'm, getting rid of this stuff. And then she showed me this and I was like, give me that. I want to
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
So I'll share it with you next time I see you, and you can just poke around and you'll laugh because you literally see the transformation of how they built our territories and then our provinces, and we don't align with any of that nowadays.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Huh.
it's so, because we were technically the territory of Athabasca,
Mm-hmm.
pardon me, the district of Athabasca, and that to me made more sense. I don't know if you can see that there. And then they all of a sudden just started to put us into squares. Right? And you're the province of Alberta. It's just
We've been on big
crazy.
time. Like,
Yeah.
the Truman Show, that's what the movie's about. So people like wake the hell up. You're playing in living in a simulation.
Yeah.
And until you wake up and open the door and walk out, you're not going to be free. You got to claim your sovereignty.
Yeah. And that's what I did in 2020 and 2021 is I claimed my sovereignty. And when I went and I went for mayor at that time, for council at that time, when I
Yeah.
went and swore at whoever I was swearing in front of, something happened on the inside of my like chakra here.
Yeah.
And like something physically happened, but I was claiming my sovereignty at that time. And then 2 years later, my older brother called and he goes, yeah, he's like, Danielle Smith is requesting our sovereignty in Alberta. And I was like, yes, awesome. So when that happened, that was awesome because it was a
Wow.
reflection of you and I requesting our own sovereignty, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. But I mean, I can understand the indoctrination, eh? Because it starts at school. The moment you enter school, man, that's the indoctrination lies
But you know what that leads
start.
to, right? Like you go to school from 8 to 3, and then all of a sudden, you get a job
Yeah.
from 8 to 3.
Yeah.
So right there, when you start going to school, the current schools that we have, that is, I would agree with you, indoctrination or programming or whatever you want to
Yeah.
say.
Same thing. Same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Because I know I remember when we had a talk last summer. I don't know if
yeah.
I told you about the when I was on the plane going to Montreal. I was reading the Toronto Star.
Hmm.
And this is okay. It's got to be like 42, 43 years ago. And I open up the Toronto Star and I read an article on doctors and lawyers. And it said 50% of doctors and 50% of lawyers hate their jobs. Do you remember me telling you about that?
I think so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I always wondered why, or I thought maybe they're pressured by their parents or whatever. But
yeah,
no, man. The reason why they hate their job is because they know that the medical system's full of shit and the law school is full of shit. It's all BS.
yeah,
Admiralty's fake ass law.
yeah, yeah. And that's part of this sovereignty or waking up or veil being lifted. But yeah, it's very interesting. A lot of people don't like their jobs though too.
Yeah.
Like we have to pay to live on the planet and we have to pay to die on this planet. That is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But that's how you and I met, was talking about the quantum financial system,
Yeah.
right?
And scammed in 19.
Yep. Yeah. And
Yep.
I've been seeing actually on more reels and more social media stuff about the financial system.
Yeah.
And I've heard a couple things like because the banking is all electronic, it actually, did we talk about that already? Like it actually crashes, like it closes, and then people don't know what to do because money technically doesn't exist anymore. It's just on a computer screen.
Yeah.
So I've
Well,
been hearing that.
yeah. Well, basically, when they go through they're supposed to have 10 days of darkness, 3 or 10 days where, everything shuts down except one channel on your phone and one channel on television where they expose all this garbage that's been going on for, obviously thousands of years. It
Yeah.
goes back to the Babylonian days, right? The Luciferian days, who are running our country, running everything, but they're being taken down. But that's part of the exposure. But with everybody's bank shut down, it's going to shut down. You're going to go to the ATM, and you're not going to be able to take money out.
Yeah. Yes,
And
that's what I'm kind of seeing and hearing. Yeah.
people have to wake their ass up and maybe
And
do some more research what's going on. But
yeah.
there is a safety net for humanity, which is nice. Which means that mortgages are supposed to be wiped out, like all debts wiped out, money given back to you because it was basically stolen, right? All your income tax was fraudulent. It's illegal and voluntary. Voluntary. You don't have to do shit with income tax. You don't have to claim or file nothing. It's all BS.
It's really funny because my older brother brought that up to me. The taxes were implemented right after World War One, or was it World War Two? And it was just to take care of things, and then it never went away,
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah.
ever.
Discontinued.
Right.
Discontinued. But of course, the Rothschilds, central bankers, they fund both sides of the war, right?
Oh
They create wars,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like CIA. CIA created all these, like a bombing company, with the Muslim Brotherhood.
Okay.
They created ISIS, Hezbollah. They created all that garbage to
Oh yeah, just
everything.
for fear,
Yeah,
to keep killing,
yeah,
humanity,
yeah,
and that's all changing because they are, like you said before I hit record, all of the exposure that's going on, and I'm like disclosure, and you
yeah,
said exposure. So
yeah,
anything that's not right with the way that humanity is being dealt with, historically and or like yesterday, it all dissolves.
yeah,
It has to. It can't continuously go on like that
no.
because the
I
higher
mean,
energies just won't take it. And
yeah,
and
exactly.
our hands are tied and kind of twisted, but that's the video game they created. And we're
Yeah,
pulling away from that so that we
yeah,
can create our own video game.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like the Roman Catholic Church, which I'm a Roman Catholic, but it's the biggest con ever.
And
Biggest friggin' con ever. Because that also started from the Babylonians, right? And then went on to Rome, the Roman Empire, which is totally evil. And when Christ was walking the earth, he became so popular that they had to execute him. But he became even more popular after his death.
I
And the
think
Romans were trying to figure out, this guy's following is getting immense. We're losing control and power. So they made up this Roman Catholic Church and all these fake ass popes to
Yeah, they
control
also
people.
have a lot of hidden information that hasn't been exposed to us that would actually help humanity, and they're like holding it in the vaults in Rome.
Oh yeah,
But even having said that, there was an individual that I was doing some research on and blew my mind. So even doing the sign of the cross
Yeah.
actually blocks your third eye and starts to, f with your chakras and everything, your energy system. And that one blew my mind because I just think about how many times when I was going to church from 0 to when I started to refuse to go to church, which I think was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And I had done that so many times that I like think about hundreds, probably thousands of times. And it was continuously shutting down my third eye every time I would do the sign of the cross.
Yeah, because it's not the cross is another BS because he wasn't crucified on a cross. He was crucified on a pole, like a vertical pole. And they came up with Jesus. They didn't have Jesus, 500 years ago. They didn't have that name. It's
Oh,
another way to fuck with people and BS people.
we,
The Holy Father is Yahuwah. It's in Hebrew. It's never changed. And the
Yeshua.
Son
Yeah,
is Yahusha,
yeah,
right? And they've
yeah.
tried to. That's where the real power is, and the power is not in a priest or a billing. Yahusha, the Son of God, said that kingdom of heaven is within you,
Hmm. Well,
in you, everybody.
I try and tell people that they're God, and they think
Yeah,
I'm crazy for saying that they're God.
yeah,
And I'm like, and that is that aspect of being able to create our own video game.
yeah. We have the power, man.
Yeah,
We just have to
absolutely.
recognize it.
Um,
Yeah.
we might have to, I might have to send you another link, because it took us so long to get going. It's giving me a limited time. But let's
Oh yeah.
just keep going. And if it closes off,
Yeah.
I will send you another email and just click on it and we'll keep
Cool.
talking. But yeah, isn't that amazing though? And this is the crazy thing is I think about the generation. So I think about my grandma, my great grandma, my mother, and me, and all of them took a shit kicking from the church,
Yeah.
including me,
Yeah.
because we were females or we were being put down or we were voiced.
Yeah.
And then I come to find out that our talents, so in this lineage that I signed up to be a part of in this family, it actually skipped a couple of generations. And so like your true powers, they were like it skipped. And then the next female would come in and then they'd be muted or they would sign their name off to a man and then they
Hmm.
would lose their ability to come back and find their powers. Now that's changed though, like right now in today's time, like we're
Hmm.
talking. But yeah, on every aspect of all of the religions, all of the educations, like to me, I think so. If we're talking programming and indoctrination, the programming going to school from kindergarten to grade 12,
Yeah.
and then having being told you need to go to more school so that you can get a job, and then you immediately start off like in debt,
Yeah.
right? You're tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and that's because society told you you had to go to this secondary school and get an education so that you can be more indoctrined and then continue to work in the workforce. It
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Yeah. That's how you're fully controlled, and that's what they want you to be
Yeah.
fully controlled.
And that's
They
just,
don't want you to think.
yep. That's just breaking open right now, right? Like
Yeah.
that's everyone's, waking up to this awesomeness,
Yeah.
and it's it's awesome. We'll see what happens, right?
Well, the younger generation seems to be waking up more because the social media, right? So everything's being exposed on TikTok,
Yeah. You're
being exposed
addicted
on
to
Telegram.
TikTok.
There's so much stuff going on there that they're telling you it's just friggin' unreal, man.
Well,
Every single day, every single minute. You got
I
videos that they captured every video. You're talking like pictures and videos from the 1800s. It's on there coming out. So this was
well,
a well-planned thing too, that taking down these evil people.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, technically they're already taken out.
Yeah. Technically.
Technically, yeah. This is what I know from military forces and stuff like that. But somebody's got to pay. Do you know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
can't just take them out and then all of a sudden it be, oh, everything's fine. Because what most individuals like you and I want to see is somebody pay for those crimes
Yeah.
against humanity, against the children, against all of that. And so I've kind of gone down a little bit of the way of I guess we could say clones,
Yeah.
so that they're still represented, but it's not actually them. But
Yeah.
somebody has to take the blame as per our
Yeah.
society.
Yeah. It's a movie, right? It's a
Yeah,
movie.
it
And
is.
it's only that the people want to see the executions are the people who are awake. The majority of people aren't awake. And if they saw the executions, they would probably blow their minds because, they'd wake up or they'd see on television that my entire life has been a fraud
Yes,
and
yeah,
lied to.
yeah.
And a lot of people wouldn't handle that. But I mean, I said this the other day to a person on Telegram. I said, you know, enough with the people who can't handle it. They can't pull their head out of their ass. Like, too bad. These children who are being killed every day, they don't care if you're unawake. They're little innocent children,
Yeah.
and it's part of the cabal is total satanic, and they need to be helped and rescued, which they are. But they don't worry about if my mom or dad or my uncle or my friend not awake. They don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
They need rescuing now.
Yeah.
That's where I disagree with the white hat thinking we don't want to hurt the psyche of everyday people. But how about giving them a kick in the ass? How about just tell them the truth?
Well, like I love that you're saying that 100%. And I think that's one of the weird things is that we still have to give, from my perspective, each one has their own journey. So I can't sit there and I can't make you wake up,
No,
right? Like
no, free
you have
will.
free will, I have free will, exactly.
Yeah,
So I get what you're saying, but we also have to have compassion for where they're at. And I think that's also where people are saying there's the division of two earths. There's the
yeah,
new earth and the old earth.
yeah,
And whether that's going to be a physical, tangible thing at this time, more than anything, it's going to be people choosing that new earth and then people choosing to stay in the old earth, which is, a conscious state,
yeah,
right? And so I'm not getting mad at these people or anything like that. Um, my heart's broken a million times because of the crimes against humanity, and I still can't believe that that's a fucking card game. I don't know
I
if you
know.
know that, right?
Yeah,
Like that's crazy that it's called that. But yeah, it's just really, really interesting, right? Like I gotta send lots of love and light to everybody. And then when we're talking about, indoctrination and or patterns or beliefs and stuff like that, we can almost surpass that by using our AI or our feeds or our Instagram by putting specific or TikTok, right?
mm,
Whatever that algorithm is where you can just have all these high vibrating awesome things or you can have a lot of low vibrating things too.
oh yeah,
So that's part of our own creation of our own video game, right?
hmm,
Which is so cool.
yeah. I
So,
enjoy. I don't know who it is, but on TikTok talking about Yahuwah and Yahusha,
hmm
just truthful information. Just so well done. It's so awesome, man. It's just great. You just want to sit down and relax and just listen.
what's really beautiful is there's Taylor Tomlinson. She's a comedian,
Yeah.
and she just put out a new one on Netflix, and she calls Easter. She's like Easter's where we got our merch, and then she goes like this. She's like, I wonder if I die in this pose, I'll get some great jewelry made out of me. Do you know what I mean? Or made of me.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. because she grew up very religious, and she just has a beautiful balance of seeing both sides of the picture when it comes to religion. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's funny stuff.
yeah. I've seen a lot of people who aren't Catholic, but they're good people,
Yeah.
Christians. And I've seen a lot of Catholic that judgmental, right?
Oh, that's all my family was built on.
Yeah,
Spite, hate, that's what they cooked with, was spite and hate,
yeah.
pure judgment, pure grief, and pure guilt. That's how they raised us.
Crazy, man.
I know, it's amazing. But to sit on the other side and realize that, okay, that's what you were built with, or that's what you were, well, technically, if I'm looking at soul contracts, that's a soul contract family that I signed into. And I
Yeah,
think they're absolutely nuts. But then I started to see everything that occurs, and